every season was grilling season, but guess what? We're gonna get you started off right. I mean, I'm thinking Memorial Day picnics. I'm thinking of all the family reunions, the graduation parties, just, you know, when I don't feel like cooking, pulling out a rack of ribs that looks like this, succulent, tasty. It's from Corkys. And here's the thing. Only here at QVC do we have the barbecue baby back ribs. We have it available, and not just a 4-pound, but an 8-pound. 8 pounds.
That's right.
That's like your kind of style, right?
8 pounds, bigger the better. That's right, right on.
Greg Shockley, by the way, yes, you know him as a Kansas City steak guy, but you know what? He can never pass up a good rack of ribs.
No doubt about it.
And we have it in original, and for the first time ever, the honey barbecue in the baby back rib. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm messy already, but that's okay. That means I'm doing all right.
You cannot eat ribs without having it all over your face, all over your fingers, because that means it's a good rib because you're enjoying it and you're getting every last piece of meat off that bone.
You're no doubt about it. You know what? These are the finest ribs you're ever gonna have. This is the #1 barbecue rib in the barbecue capital of the United States, Memphis, Tennessee. For over 30 years, they've been #1. And I'll tell you, if you try these for the first time, there will be no secret as to why. You try these, they are tender, they are juicy, they are slow smoked over real hickory and charcoal, and they're, you know, and they're seasoned. Pitmaster has just got it going on for this. So they're absolutely the best ribs you're ever gonna have.
All right, so over 4,500 have been sold since midnight. Here's what the choices you're gonna have to make. And it's really simple. First of all, you're gonna choose, do you want the original flavor?
Right.
Or do you want the honey barbecue? And I'm gonna taste the honey barbecue for the first time.
Okay.
So we'll talk through what that's gonna taste like. Then you wanna pick your size. Do you want the 4-pound? That'll be $64. But look at this. If you get the 8-pound, which is essentially 4 racks of ribs, that's $89. This would be a $39 savings if you go for the 8-pounder. Then you're gonna pick, do you want these shipped right away? Because you know what, your mouth is watering already, that stomach's growling, even though you're rocking the bed head. You can get these right away. Or you can have these shipped the week of May 18th. Why? Because that will set you up for the best Memorial Day weekend celebration, because it's all about, I think, for grill masters or anybody who works with a grill or hosts a party, you want to be the hero.
Yeah.
You want to serve the best, whether it's burgers or steaks, in this case ribs. You want to give the best, and this is all about easy. All the work has been taken care for you, the seasoning, all that, because of the masters at Corkys.
That's right. This is a thaw and eat product. I mean, think about it. Nothing could be easier than this. You literally thaw them out. If you want to, you can pop them right on your grill, but they're fully cooked, fully smoked for 6 to 8 hours over their real hickory grills. So they are all done. So you're right. You can look like a star. Hey, you know what? If you want to say you made them, there's no sin in doing that. That's okay. But the great part, the benefit about doing this is what you're about to do is just trying this for the first time. Baby back ribs are kind of like the Cadillac or the filet mignon in the pork
filet mignon of pork.
Okay?
That's how I always heard it called.
So they're, you know, they definitely have, they're more uniform bone. They just have a loaded with meat. They are tender. They are flavorful. They have, you know, unfortunately in the restaurants, when you go to the most barbecue joints, they're going to definitely be the most expensive rib out there. And they are. But, you know, with this value right here, you can have them anytime that you want. Perfect for your barbecues, that thaw and eat product. And with both of the sauces, and I think a lot of people are definitely jumping on the bandwagon for getting the bigger offer because it's going to feed so much more people with the savings. But between the original and that new honey barbecue, isn't that great? That's, by the way, is the honey barbecue.
I was going to say, this one tastes sweet. I must be eating the honey butter
They're
barbecue.
both got a little bit of sweetness and that nice hickory flavor, but the honey barbecue, obviously, just like it states, has just that much more sweetness just from the honey. But each one of these, you can just pull them right off the bone. It's so clean, so wonderful, and that's when you know you're doing it right. When the bone literally comes off clean, that's that slow and low process. You know, you really can't speed up this process too, and that's what the whole thing. Slow and low, 6 to 8 hours. Real hickory, no shortcuts. That's the way Corkys have done things one way for all of those years. That's why they're #1 in Memphis year after year after year, because they do things right without those shortcuts, that great quality, that fall off the bone quality of these baby back ribs. And we haven't offered these very often here at QVC. This is a relatively new item. And now they've just, you know, people have really, you know, jumped on the bandwagon. They know about the baby back ribs, but this is a really good opportunity to get them now. So
And they're just seasoned right to perfection. Now, what do we do when we get these home, Greg?
Okay, you're going to thaw them out. They're already going to have some sauce in the package right there, so you're going to pick out whether you want the original or that honey barbecue.
Okay.
You're going to thaw them out, give them about a day in your refrigerator to thaw out. You can reheat them in your oven. You can certainly, hey, look, maybe you're putting some burgers or some hot dogs on your grill. You can put these right on the grill with those just to kind of reheat them. Fully cooked. So all you're doing is heating them back up. You don't no need to kind of cook them for any real length of time. Once they're hot, they're done and ready to roll.
So heat and eat.
Heat and eat. Totally heat and eat.
Heat and eat a baby back rib. Really? I mean, usually I'm putting these in a slow cooker for hours.
Right.
Or I'm doing that, you know, that routine where you have them in the oven for a few hours, tinted foil. You have to kind of keep checking on them.
Who wants to do that?
And then you got to throw them on the grill because you want that perfect kind of caramelization of the barbecue sauce. You don't have to do any of that. All the guesswork taken out for you. I love this, of course, for all of our celebrations coming up. The graduation parties for high school or for college. Obviously, Memorial Day.
Father's Day.
Father's Day. This is huge. Could
Dad
you
loves
imagine?
ribs. I am a dad. I love ribs. So if my son, even though I know he's not going to get them for me, I would love these. Someday he'd be great.
And even if it's not just the party, sometimes you just have a craving, right,
Yeah,
Greg?
yeah.
And nothing could be easier than you could do this and have this as a weeknight meal.
Right, you
after
can.
work.
But you know the thing is, you were talking about having to slow cook these maybe in your crock pot or whatever. You're not going to get that smoky flavor.
Exactly.
Now that's the southern difference. That's what you get with Memphis. That's why they're #1 is because you get that great smoky difference cooked in the smokers. And you know they're like 40 years old. The pits that they use at Corkys, and they have that real seasoned flavor. And believe it or not, that makes a huge difference. That flavor has been built in for those 30, 40 years that they've been using there. See that pink right there? Those are the smoke rings that you get when you're cooking over true barbecue right there. That's the difference that you get, that flavor, that real hickory kind of infused in there. And I'll tell you what, our pit masters, Robert Moyer, my buddy down there, he does it right. He sits there and stokes that fire slow and low to make sure it's cooking right at the right temperature. And then watch this. I barely touched this. This is when you really got a great rib. I barely touched it and the whole thing is falling apart.
I know, you don't need a knife.
I don't need a knife, but
You don't even need the fork.
it comes clean off, just like that. Just don't mind my fingers right there. I'm just kind of demonstrating how great, how clean these come off. That they're loaded with meat. That's the great thing about
I know,
that.
there's no fat. And you know, this is the difference between getting these and then getting maybe the spare ribs, maybe at the Chinese takeout or in the grocery store. You ever notice they're very, very fatty? And you're trying to like just pick out little bits of meat. This is the opposite. This is all meat, baby.
Yeah, you're picking these bones out. That's about it. Other than that, if you get that 8-pound offering, you're getting about 8 pounds of meat. You're getting you're going to have a little small stack of bones, which really don't weigh much. But look at that. That is, I'm ready to put that giant piece right on a bun with some coleslaw and call it a day right there. That sounds really good.
I like how you roll. I like that idea. Make a baby back rib sandwich. Okay, let me remind you of your choices and what this offer is, because remember, this is the first time we've ever done a barbecue baby back rib today special value, and we've done it with the best, with Corkys. So pick your flavor. Original, which will taste like what?
Original is just kind of that great hickory flavor. That's kind of our classic original sauce, obviously, just like the name states. But it's just, a real nice kind of smoky, a little bit of sweetness in there too. And then obviously the honey barbecue has that extra hint of honey in there just to kind of give it just a little different flavor profile. So I love the kind of savory and sweet that go together. So, honey's just a really, really nice mix.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. Then you're going to pick the 4-pound or the 8-pound. So the 4-pound's going to give you 2 racks of ribs. The 8-pound's going to give you 4 racks. $64, or you can break that up by ordering with a credit card into 3 monthly installments to $21.33. But get the 8-pound, because I have to tell you, while it sounds like a lot, first of all, they'll keep in your freezer.
Yep.
Okay. Second of all, you'll save almost $40 by getting the 8-pound, and you're going to love these so much. You're going to want them for 4th of July. You're going to want them maybe possibly a couple days later because they were so finger-licking good. So that way you have more. Pick whether you want just the one shipment, or you can lock in auto delivery, which means every 4 months for 2 years, you will get a new rack of ribs or a new set, and guess what? You get the today's special value price. You get the easy pay. That's our commitment to you, to honor those 2 things. But at any time, you can cancel, no commitment required. And then choose your shipment date. Do you want these right away? We'll get them out to you in 7 to 10 days. Or do you want May 18th in time for Memorial Day so they don't take up too much room in your freezer? I have to let you know that by far the honey barbecue, which is the first time we've offered this in a baby back rib from Corkys, very, very popular.
Yep.
I would not wait on that if you want it, because you know, if that's your thing, you want that little sweet with a little bit of that meaty, smoky flavor. Give us a call now, get this home. You are really gonna love it, and you can only find it here at QVC.
Right, and you know, think about it. If you get this bigger order right here, you're talking 8 pounds of ribs. So you're talking, okay, let's just be conservative. You're talking about 8 really hearty portions for 8 hungry guys. But for most normal people, okay, you're gonna probably get 12 portions out of this. I mean, 3 people could probably share that rack. That's 2
What?
pounds.
You
That's
don't know my husband.
Well, no, hey, look.
Or me. My husband and I will go through
one
of
rack?
those, and then he'll start dipping into the second.
Okay, well, you know what? I eat just like that, okay? So
Okay,
I'm with
good.
you. But I'm saying, okay, most normal people can probably stretch that a little further. But even then, even if you're feeding 8 people out of that, figure at that price, you could not even go, you probably almost couldn't even go to a fast food restaurant for what you're going to get for that. But you're getting these great quality ribs. Remember, #1 barbecue in the #1 barbecue capital of the world. That slow and low process that you get with these baby back ribs. This isn't something that Corkys offers very often as far as the baby backs go. And again, here, just watch this. If I can keep these together,
You can barely hold it up.
I can
'cause it's gonna
barely
fall
hold it
apart
up
on
because
you.
it's going to fall apart, and that's okay. That's what we want. Fall off the bone, right there. That great meaty, all that great meat. Not a lot of stuff to pick through there except for that nice clean bone just coming right off of there. And you're going to serve this to your guests. They're going to wonder where you got these ribs. So you can either fess up and say they're Corkys, or you can take the credit for it. But either way, it's okay. No worries about either one.
Just be the hero.
That's right.
And remember, you know, there's nothing more satisfying when we host, I think, than to know our guests are enjoying what they're eating and that they leave well fed.
Yeah.
And you know, it just, I don't know, brings a little bit more life to the party of the occasion. That's what you're going to get with these ribs. This is perfect for this time of year, or any time that you just want to have that beautiful Southern authentic barbecue in your baby back rib. Now, I have to ask you, are they going to come? Do they come with the sauce? Do I have to buy sauce as additional?
Nope, all the sauce is on there. So you're going to choose your sauce. Remember, you're going to either choose your original, or you're going to choose your honey barbecue.
But they're going to come and looking like we're going to get a nice amount of sauce
Yep,
on
you're
them.
going to get all.
Great.
You're going to have plenty right on there, so you're not going to have to worry about it. So whether you can baste them within the bag of the sauce. So remember, thaw and eat product. That's very important to remember, because a lot of people think that they still have to cook these, but you don't. They're already, remember, slow cooked over real hickory for those 6 to 8 hours. So the only thing you need to do is thaw these and reheat them. So if you're grilling, you know, on maybe Sunday or Labor Day or Memorial Day or Father's Day or whatever it is, put this right next to all your other grill items. If you're going to cook some burgers or whatever you're doing like that.
How long would it take on the grill to reheat
You know,
it?
just to reheat, you're probably only talking maybe 10 minutes, and I would do them on the upper rack, just
Okay.
to kind of reheat them. So you don't want to, you can get a little direct heat on there, but since the sauce is on there, just be a little careful because the sauce does have sugar in it, and that will have a tendency to kind of either cause flare-ups or the sugar will actually caramelize and burn.
Okay.
So just kind of keep it on the upper rack of your grill.
Okay, good call out. And what about the stove?
And
How
nice
long
and
would it
easy.
take in the
The
stove?
stove, just put it on a rack. Save your pan by putting a little aluminum foil on the bottom like
Gotcha.
that. Put it in about a 375-degree oven, and literally until they're nice and warm to the touch. So that's about it.
Really heat and eat. It's as simple as that. Corkys has done
get this
all the work for this result that usually takes hours, and a lot of times you have to go to the restaurants, the professionals, to get this result. Look at that, all meat.
We take the 8
Very,
hours,
very
and you
little
take
fat.
about 15 minutes, so
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's a good, you know, I'll
You
take
get
that
all the
trade-off.
reward.
That's why you get paid what you get paid, Mr. Shockley. All right, I want to quick go to the phones because Joanne from Pennsylvania is calling in, and she is jumping on in. She
All
knows
right.
a good thing when she sees it. Joanne, we're making you hungry, aren't
Hi,
we,
Joanne.
sweetie?
Oh, you're making me drool.
I'm making a mess here, Joanne, so I'm going to wipe off here.
Well, no. Ribs, if you're not messy eating ribs, you're not eating them right.
Or
Well,
they're not good,
I'm
right?
doing it right. I'm doing it way right because I'm a disaster here. Okay.
So, Joanne, what size did you get?
I got the 8-pound,
Okay.
Good
the
for you.
original.
Good for you. And are you doing this because you have some kind of party coming up, or you just want to know that, you know, when you get a craving for baby back ribs, they're there for you?
The craving. Mm-hmm. And it's just me.
Good for you,
So
girlfriend.
I'm glad they stay in the freezer.
Yeah, they'll keep. How? I mean, do we have to worry about
they'll
any
last,
shelf life?
No, they're going to last 6 months to a year in your freezer, no problem at all, and they'll taste just like they do next week when you get them on your doorstep. So.
I don't think they'll last a year.
They shouldn't.
I love baby back ribs. Mm-hmm. The place I always got them went out of business.
Okay.
And I've seen these a few times they've been on before.
Yep.
And finally, I just said, I want them.
Ugh, Good for you. So you've never tried them before. This will be your first
No.
time. Well, I'll tell you what, Joanne, you will not be disappointed. They're good. Look at all that meat. It falls off the bone.
Yep.
This is going to be easy for you too, and you're just going to be in a happy place for a long time because you're going to be eating these and just, you
I
know.
know. And Joanne, look at this. This is like nearly 100% meat. I just took that little bone out of there. The rest of this is all meat. All that baby back ribs just coming right off
Hungry,
of that
hungry.
bone. Yeah, I know. It makes you hungry right here.
Yeah. Well, Joanne, we'll leave you with your stomach growling. I hate to do that, but I'm so happy you called in, and I'm so happy you took advantage of this offer. And we'd love to hear from you after you get them and try them for the first time. So hit us up on Facebook.
Well, I don't own a computer. I'm an analog person.
You know what?
well,
You're lucky.
You know what?
Sometimes I think you're lucky.
That's true. But when we have our next Corky show, after you've had yours, you call in and you let us know how they were.
Oh, I will.
Okay, sweetie.
The only thing I have a request.
Yep.
Yep.
In the future, can you make them with a little spicy sauce?
That's a good call out. You know what? We'll take that
I'll let Jimmy and the crew know today. Or how's that?
Yeah.
I like a little kick in mine
So
too.
do
So
I,
it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, just a little heat.
Okay.
All right. Will do, Joanne. We'll pass it along. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Bye, Joanne.
All right.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night.
So there you have it
There
from
you have it.
Corkys. Baby back ribs. Here's your offer. It's our best find of the day. And remember, this today's special value price only good till the end of the day. Pick original or honey barbecue. Pick whether you want 4 pounds or 8 pounds. But if you get that 8 pounds, you're saving almost $40. Do you want it just once? Do you want it for 2 years, every 4 months? And then do you want it now or do you want it May 18th? Those are your choices, but we have it on 3 easy payments, $21 to $29 for good eating. How many ordered now? Close to 5,000 orders, and that honey barbecue going quickly. Greg Shotley, thank you so much, dear. Always a pleasure. I love a man who can grill and then feed me.